Eat this, drink that, go.
Remember, the wait times of the HCA East Florida Hospital emergency rooms average in the single digits. Just go to hcaeastflorida.com. They update them every 30 minutes. You'll be ready in case of an emergency. We're so pleased to be joined by Chef Danny Gonzalez, you met in our first segment, from Fleming'S Prime Steakhouse and Wine Bar, 600 Brickell Avenue, right in Miami, and by now Edward Everett, Brickell operating partner and certified sommelier at Fleming'S Prime
And the
Steakhouse
operating
and Wine Bar.
partner.
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
said. See, that's very good.
I know,
Yes.
yeah.
Good to see you. I appreciate it. Pairing of wines at a steakhouse, I think, is the most important thing. You've got great cuts of meat. You've got a great chef. You got to have the wine list to go with it.
Yeah.
So why don't you take off, Eddie, and tell us how we start, because you've got so many great selections.
Definitely. So for the summer right now, we're running a uncorked special, which features 6 wines from the Duckhorn portfolio. And it takes you all the way from Decoy Rosé up to their fully body structured Cabernet Duckhorn Cab. So you take 6 wines, and in each wine you can actually pair with different courses of your meal. And if you'd like to revisit, you're more than welcome to. And that's all for $28, which is a great price.
Great deal.
Amazing. That's a great
it's
deal.
an absolute outstanding deal. And
Yeah.
you know, Duckhorn makes great wines. They really do. All right, start us off here. You're going to start with the lighter wines and work your way up to the cabs, I guess.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll save the rosé for dessert because that was a little bit hard to pair. You need to have a certain dessert for it to go.
Right.
Rosé is great because it does go with a lot of different items, especially salads. Highly recommend that. But for this case, we're going to save that for last because I have a special surprise for the rosé.
Okay.
For the Sauvignon Blanc, first course, oysters all the way.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And Brendan already
I already
dived into
like
this and
dove
loved them.
in.
And you're going to try the Sauvignon Blanc with it, right?
Okay. Let's do it.
Let's see. I've got a couple of glasses here, Brendan. There you are. All right. Go ahead. And 2 different sauces, Danny. Tell me the difference between these 2 sauces.
Yeah, so our traditional, you got cocktail with horseradish in it.
Right.
We have our mignonette sauce. So it's very minced, super small dice of the onions with a little bit of 2 types of vinegar. You got the rice wine vinegar and the white vinegar.
All right. And now, so you're suggesting that do you think all shellfish would go better with a Sauvignon Blanc generally?
No. Shrimp is not my favorite with Sauvignon Blanc.
Really?
I've actually paired it once, and it wasn't a great combination. Just kind of the smell from the shrimp clashed with the Sauvignon Blanc.
Right.
The cocktail and the horseradish goes well with it, but shellfish and when we're talking shrimp, I would stay away from that. Oysters all the way.
They were wonderful, absolutely terrific. All right, where do we go from here? We're skipping.
Yep.
We're going over the rosé and moving on to
To the Duckhorn Chardonnay.
okay.
So a little bit about Duckhorn. They're one of the first 40 wineries in Napa Valley. Dan and Margaret Duckhorn created the winery over 40 years ago, and they've been making wine since 1978. And 1976 was the first time that when they came together to create the winery.
Right. On the Silverado Trail going up, it's a wonderful
Oh, it
tasting.
is.
It's a
beautiful.
beautiful place.
And they also
Great
have a
wine.
place up in Anderson Valley.
Right, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making Goldeneye Pinot Noir up in the Anderson Valley, which is wonderful
Which is
wine.
great. It's a great
wonderful
Pinot
wine.
area.
It is. Up in Mendocino County, just above the border. And on the menu, what are we? Oh, you're pairing the Tiger Wagyu steak salad with this.
Okay.
Well, real nice combination. You know, people will look at steak, Eddie and Danny, and they'll say, "I got to have a red. That's what I got to do."
Yeah.
And this, I bet, is like a great, perfect pairing. That's a salad with steak, but with a Chardonnay.
Right. Go ahead.
Is there something about a Chardonnay that you want to look for in trying to get it to stand up to a steak?
You definitely want it to be full body, and then you're looking for a lighter steak. When it comes to white wine and pairing it, it is difficult, but if you get the right sauce, so you get a nice buttery sauce, it'll go perfect with a Chardonnay that's made in a classic French style.
And this deal at Fleming's is terrific. Is it all week long, or is it just on Tuesdays that you're doing this?
It's all week long.
Really?
Morning and night. Wow. And we're open late.
You need to start opening for breakfast, Eddie.
Yeah.
Now that I've tasted
Yeah.
all your products and his cooking, you need to open for breakfast too. I think it's an outstanding idea.
Okay.
Wonderful Duckhorn Chardonnay, great. So you have a glass or a taste of all of these for $28, basically.
For 28, so you go through all 6 of them, and then if you like to revisit, you can after. But
Outstanding.
I love
All
that.
right, we've got about 5 minutes left. I want to get through these wines and tell them more about
And then you have a cocktail
Fleming's on Brickell.
that you wanted to make.
Yeah, we
so.
do. This is the Calera Pinot Noir, also owned by Duckhorn or not?
Also owned by Duckhorn.
They are. I didn't know
Josh Jensen was the original founder, but
Right.
he sold his
Purchased.
winery to someone that he really trusted
Right.
in the Duckhorn family for making quality a few years back.
Right.
So now Calera's, I think, one of the best Pinot Noirs in the Central Coast.
Yeah, it's a wonderful Pinot.
Right.
Terrific. And with this, Danny, what do we pair with this, Eddie? You give me
This
what
one
you'd
we're
like.
gonna-
to
So with this one, I would also do the Tiger
the
Stallion.
Tiger as well. Okay.
This Pinot has nice bright cherries, strawberries. You have allspice. It's just a really bright Pinot Noir that has just a tad bit of earthiness. With the
That's
sweet
excellent.
chili inside this Tiger Wagyu is
Right.
just a perfect combination also.
Outstanding. Just
Oh,
outstanding.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, again, they're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday, and then dinners Saturday and Sunday at Fleming's Brickell. Open in a little over a year now, and these two gentlemen make it work in a lot of ways. I know you've got a lot of help there, a lot of wonderful people, but boy, these
Yes.
things are terrific, and the pairing has been great. All right, we go to the heavier reds, I guess.
So we'll go to Duckhorn Merlot. This is what started Duckhorn
Right.
back in the 70s. Dan had a vision of making quality Merlot, luxury Merlot, and he was the first one in America to bring that to light. You know, Merlot has had its ups and downs through the year, but Duckhorn has always been a champion of them,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
one of their greatest wines, one of the best food wines because it goes with everything.
Right.
Ah.
And we talked a little bit about, Danny, about marbleization and whether you want a lighter, you know, a Merlot versus a heavier cab or something like that.
Yeah, so this one would pair great with our New York strip side.
With the filet,
Yeah. Oh, this is with the fillet. I'm sorry. It gives it that. So it's not that much of a fatty flavor. It's not that full body. It's a little bit lighter.
Right.
A little lighter for
Yeah.
it. And is this the steak you're talking
And
about?
which was the filet?
so it was
The
the
filet.
prime butter. We had
can take this one.
the porterhouse that has a filet side and it has a New York strip side.
Right.
That was the one
Okay.
with the bone marrow on it.
Yes. Oh, yes, of course.
Oh,
So
my
this
goodness.
Merlot goes amazing with the filet side, and then the Cabernet that you have next goes perfect with the New York strip
Isn't
side.
that great? So you
know.
can do this at this wonderful deal they have at Fleming's.
Isn't that fun?
And is it all the month of July? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, July, throughout the summer.
Throughout the summer.
Yes.
And, you know, have your glass of Merlot and your glass of Cab and eat that side with that and this with that.
Yeah.
Ask Eddie about it. He'll help you out and let you know which
Yeah,
one to eat.
that steak was my favorite.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank
See,
you.
Yeah,
it's a
that
great
was-
combination
oh my
of things to do.
gosh.
Just absolutely outstanding. And it leads up to the Cab. From,
The Cab.
From Duckhorn.
And this is the Duckhorn Cab, very structured, blackberry, blueberries. You get a little bit of black cherry also. Just a great wine to go with a steak because I think Jimmy was saying it earlier, the protein molecules bind with the tannins, and when you bite into that piece of meat, it softens it out and gives you a longer finish. So it's just
Outstanding.
classic combination.
Yeah, I'll grab these desserts while he's doing the drink.
Again, it's Fleming's on Brickell, 600 Brickell Avenue. Suite 150. They've got valet parking for you, so it's not a concern. Get down there for lunch or for dinner. They open at 11:30 for lunch Monday through Friday, which for me is outstanding. Now, what is this that you just brought us,
This is
Danny?
truffle cauliflower.
Yeah, truffle
that
cauliflower.
we didn't get to try.
So
what
it's
it-
steamed. We steamed the cauliflower to get the richness of the actual vegetables itself. We actually put some Parm cheese to coat the top of it to get that nice crispiness to it, and with a little bit of breadcrums to
And this
toast
is
it up.
just
This
a
is a side dish.
side dish.
That is so wonderful. I could make this a meal almost.
Fine.
Thank you.
And he's put Tito's vodka in there. I think it's coming later, I guess.
Yeah, so this is our
that's
new
good.
specialty.
Wonderful.
It's a pineapple lemon drop. This we sell on happy hour and on our normal menu. It's one of our guest favorites. It's been selling like crazy since we put it on the menu about 2-3 weeks ago. And what I did was put fresh pineapples, about 10 small pieces, muddled it, simple syrup, lemon juice, and Tito's vodka, which is another classic American, since
Right.
we're a classic American. steakhouse.
We're going to try this wonderful cocktail, and we're going to try that rosé off camera, I think, for our next
Yes.
element. We're going to go back in our wrap-up. Don't worry, we'll tell you how good these things are.
I
In fact,
know.
we may try that cocktail in our wrap-up
In our-
coming in just a couple of minutes. It's Fleming's and Brickell. Terrific. Danny, Eddie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's a top, we have not had this kind of a wonderful
have- yeah.
experience here in 8 years that we've been. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
We'll come back with more salty donuts right after this. Eat this, drink that, go. We'll come back and
Really
try it in the back of this.
fabulous.
In fact.